Today we're doing a Rags to Riches story that is most tragic. Today we're taking our Slayer Fighter with the standard setup, using a Morningstar, which is a little odd, I know, but it's a super fun weapon, and a Sterling Short Sword as well. I was going to use the Divine Rod, but we all know my shaft is not holy. So to start this one off, we are in Normals. We are going into Normals to try to acquire gear, build a kit as quickly as possible for HR. And we get a little fortunate with some of the rolls here, which makes things go nicely. So first off, boom, heavy leather leggings. I think those are really decent. Agility plus physical damage reduction, and then while hitting pile we get an adventurer tunic, and things just keep flowing from there. We kill a few mobs because I was being a little greedy here and trying to do some questing on the side, looking for cloth, because I'm actually considering only using craftable gear going forward in HR. I just think it's a more fun and unique challenge rather than just running market kit after market kit after market kit. So, killing a few centipedes, we actually find a decent max health ring, and then jump over to another centipede and hope our luck is in. Physical power and armor rating, agility ring, I will take it. Those are decent options, considering we had absolutely nothing on to start this game. At the very end, we do try to do a little bit of mining, because I did loot a pair of leather gloves, and silly me thinking those normal leather gloves could be upgraded into the cobalt ones. It's not correct. I actually needed the rare leather gloves, but we'll just pretend that I looted green leather gloves, because I'm going to craft these puppies into cobalt leather gloves, and then spend a bit of coinage, a little bit of our coinage on a couple weapons, and then send it into HR. After we sell a few items, we actually made just over 250 or so gold, and then yes, I did craft a green pair of leather gloves I had kicking around into cobalts, and then we upgraded our weapons to blue Morningstar, blue recurve bow. So we stayed under that 250 gold mark. Bear with me here. Those cobalt gloves just look damn nice, and I want to use them. So we jump into HR and immediately realize we forgot arrows. Great. This +2 weapon damage recurve bow is going to do absolute shite without arrows. And this lobby is looking pretty packed. And from my few experiences in HR lately, you're going to need your arrows. It is Bard and Druid, high movement speed, high mobility central. I am just amazed, even Barbarians wearing copper. It's a speedy world out there. We loot a chest and this guy's balls and find no arrows. But we didn't get that lucky until perfectly. Thank you so much. We find arrows in our second chest, which is incredibly lucky. I don't think that happens all that often. So we go back to fighting another centipede, hoping to find a few more rings, and then be on our way. I sort of forgot this was HR, because once I started looting a few things, I was like, man, look at this piece of gear. Holy crap, look at this piece of gear. Oh man, it's crazy. Like, I'm so obsessed with gear and looking at stat numbers, it takes me so long to get through a dungeon. I'm always trying to create some interesting way to use something that's a little unique or different, or fit this piece into a build, when really I should just be picking everything that says additional damage, true damage, physical power, move speed. There you go. You pretty much have it. You build max move speed, great. You build max dexterity, crazy high DPS. You build max damage with strength or physical power bonus or additional damage or true damage, you're doing something right. It's amazing to me how many people will be like, insane cracked build, and they just bought a whole bunch of purple gear. It's like, incredible. Yes, purple gear is gonna win you more fights than not. If you want insane broken stuff, just buy gear. Just buy gear that will help you deal damage. It's pretty straightforward. Now, it wasn't so straightforward was seeing a dead guy laying across the room, and it looked like no one was in the vicinity. Bat was pulled but wasn't killed, and I put this thing down just in case you need to jump off this edge or maybe maneuver around, and we go to loot this guy and find he's still fully kitted. And that cloak is a nice one. Those boots are extremely nice. Most of this gear was hand-selected, let's put it that way. This was not just found in raid or just odds and ends pieced together. There's willpower stacked across the board, true magic damage across the rings and pendants, a magic power book. It's pretty nice stuff. So we just hoover all this up and then decide, well, you know what? Maybe it's best if we just hit the road and do some PvP in the next one. Let's just do some PvP, you know, maybe next time. And this was a very wise decision, because we're going to take a quick look at some of the stuff you guys are going to be competing against. And this is Yami. very popular Twitch streamer. He does this just non-stop repeat, killing both bosses. And then there's even more things we will be running into. So after this, I felt severely undergeared. Not only undergeared, but like outclassed in terms of, am I ever going to win against a bard with that type of action speed and move speed and range poke and everything involved? And then I turn and look at the barbarian, I'm like, holy shit, how am I ever supposed to win that fight? Especially not wearing a freaking helmet because Lycan skin's super badass. Regardless of all this, there's only one way to get better and just experiment with things, and that's just sending yourself into some PvP and hoping for the best. And trying to learn and improve. Maybe we'll win a few fights against a few bard players and realize, hey, maybe this shit isn't so bad. So, we open this door and our life changes forever. This is one of the most odd engagements I think I've ever had in Dark and Darker, and you guys get to see it on full display. We start off with some really nice bow shots. At least I thought I was doing okay with the bow. And then we get into this. The chicken, druid, rat, bear. Mobs everywhere. Stuff is just not going well. We aggro all the bats. He doesn't aggro anything in rat form, I guess. And now we're in a bit of a screwed up situation. This is a bit messy. I just want to smack this man in rat form and call it a day. And he just won't let me. Maybe I should have been using the divine rod, clunking him with that shaft when he was in chicken form, but couldn't quite reach even with the morning star. Unfortunate. We drink a potion hoping that some of the mobs will pull into him. Maybe he'll kind of come out of his little cave. This doesn't happen, and we're running out of time. We need to heal up. We have the whole room pretty much pulled onto us now. Well, this guy hides in the corner in rat form. I was thinking about going in there and trying to throw a axe at him or shoot him with the bow, but it's just too much. So we're gonna need to like reset, try to get some of this stuff off us for a moment, but it's not gonna be easy. These bats are relentless. There's no real way to break aggro, and if you can't make jumps, other things will keep chasing you. This man puts up the tree in, so I have to fight these mobs once again with no way of ever reaching him. It's just, like I said, it's one of the strangest things I've ever experienced, and it's not even done yet. It's only half over. We hear him using bear form to fight those mobs. We have really bad history with bear form. We hear all kinds of chaos. We switch to bow, maybe giving ourselves an opportunity to land hit, and see he's just surrounded by other stuff, so maybe this is just to send it in there. But, once again, rat form into the corner, and then this moment really confused me. The absolute shock from him not dying from that throwing axe had me in such a weird state. I really should have just adrenaline rush, pushed in, used my short sword, and just chewed this guy to pieces once he pulled out his spear. The reduced physical power he gets from sour spotting probably would have been enough to just straight up win that fight. All things considered, we're really happy he choked on some gas and died, because, boy, I still can't understand that. I don't know if he switched right at the last second. I thought rats only had 5 HP. Like, did he... I'm just confused. I'm really confused. I think it was like only a 12 weapon damage throwing axe, but I thought it should have killed him. But maybe not. I have no idea. All I know was I was a little bit confused, and this was my actual live reaction to this. I didn't realize my mic was on. Wow. that was something. That was something indeed. And this is only getting started. We have another daring adventure while we ram our hands into this guy's pants, trying to find a few little pieces of treasure or meds, anything at all, really, to help us win the next engagement. As you can see, this guy wasn't carrying that much stuff. And he also cast depression on us as he tried to, like, run away, which really threw me off. Like, I didn't want this man. Please, I'm just hiding in my rat corner. It's like... It's so frustrating. The people that I want to fight are the people in, like, turbo juice, legendary, unique gear. The people that don't want to fight are these guys that are just, like, experimenting with HR for maybe the first couple times ever. And it just leaves me in a strange spot. I feel like I'm killing new players, even with this lighter setup or light gear. And then if I fight the, like, really juiced, like, gamers, I have no chance in hell, and neither do these guys. Like, there's a reason why this guy is just trying to hide in the corner in rat form. He doesn't want to PvP against legendary, unique, whatever gear. So it's strange right now. I was really hoping the AP system was going to change greatly for this leaderboard, but it's kind of just the same, and those same issues are still lingering. Hopefully there are a lot of new players that can still have fun here. The loot is amazing and incredible. And hopefully that's enough to still keep people going into HR. We're going to do a little damage check here, which is actually quite nice. If you don't have time to hit the dummy, which almost never happens anymore, you can hit this thing and take a bit of mob damage while you're at it if you're impatient like I am. I actually was hoping to do a little bit more than 80, but I guess it is what it is. We're not really stacking any strength or physical damage bonus of any kind. So now we have to heal up, and just as we're healing, of course, what happens? A beautiful little bard makes his way around the corner. And this starts the range warfare. And boom, I think that had to have been a headshot. At least I was hoping it was. So we decided to push this guy, take the advantage. I saw Goblin Mage was still in the center, and I thought, perfect. This guy's going to be drawn to Goblin Mage. I can see him there. The aggro is, he's running towards him, but what I didn't realize at the time, Goblin Mage is actually stuck on the lift. So all these shots I'm hitting, I was expecting pressure from Goblin Mage. It just didn't happen. It just didn't happen, man. I'd be so confused. Another just really strange engagement. And of course, guess what happens? Goblin Mage decides, you were hitting some good shots. You're the guy I want to kill. Now the situation is pure shite, and we basically just need to get out of here. We have another mob smoking us in the ribs. We got mobs everywhere. Goblin Mage, if that hits you during any point of this fight, it is game over. And he can just spam survival bow at me. And this is bad. This is very, very bad. Not at all how I expected this fight to go. Just not good. Like, really, just look at this shit chasing me. So we basically just need to run in circles and heal, and pray we can maneuver around these without taking too much damage. As he spams his survival bow at me a little bit more. I don't know what is happening with Dark and Darker at this point, but for whatever reason it wouldn't let me use that lift. It just wasn't available. Don't know. We burst our way into this room, hoping we can get a bit of space somewhere that isn't in this open area with the survival bow raining down on us. So, through this door we go. All the mobs are still chasing us. He must have went back up top. I was sort of hoping some of them would switch onto him, but as you can tell, we are still in a bad spot. Very, very bad spot. And I hear steps, which is also not good. This guy basically has free range to come in here and poke me in the gut, and that would be it. For whatever reason, he gets himself a little bit crossed up with these mobs, and then a few of them switch just in time. Just in time to save my ass. So very nice of them. So perfectly nice of those mobs. This will give me just enough time to heal, and I really want to see what this bard's doing. Unfortunately, we never find this guy again. We go back in and check, and he is just gone. Heading back up, we hear another lift going up just in front of us, which means, yes, there's another guy in this lobby. Maybe it's the bard. No, it's actually a druid trying to be friendly, and this decision will haunt me for the rest of my days. I was thinking about just being friendly, maybe trying to find a static somewhere else, but I told myself I was going to fight everyone with this kit on and just go for it. Unfortunately, the two people we've fought just hasn't gone that well. The first one, a bit lucky. This has to be our moment. It has to be our moment. And sure enough, we just start slinging some arrows. The thing comes down at probably the worst possible timing, because this is going to be basically a fight over this final extract. Landing a nice hit. He gets his tree ant on us. We try to drag it off this, which I thought was the smart thing to do. And then rat form, once again, just takes over. And this is just... I don't even enjoy talking over this or watching it back. That will haunt me forever. Getting punched by a bear off the lift and then not having a static extract. I mean, good for him. Like, just listen to how excited he was when I got pushed off that. I assume he's shouting, "Get bared?" I'm not really sure. But it feels bad. A couple nights in a row I'm just getting smacked around by druid and bear form. And that is the most tragic rags of riches I've ever tried to do. Just heartbreaking, soul-crushing, beat around by some furry, hot animal on a lift, trying to make it out in so we could do some more PvP. But once again, thank you guys all so much. I'll see you in the next video, or on Twitch. We'll be back there eventually.